Boom, bam, bim, wrestling fans, we in. Ice P, he in. WRP, we in. And y'all, check this out right now. We about to talk about 5 things, okay? 5 things asking, hey, did Travis Scott ruin John Cena's heel turn? Well, hey, let's get into it right now. Okay, so number one, let me just look at my notes because I gotta look at the notes real quick so I can stay afloat of where I'm at. You know what I mean? So I don't trail too far off. I'm trying to keep it a little bit more structured. You know what I'm saying, and not go on too long of a tangent. Okay, so what did I write down? Number one. Okay, listen. Here's the thing now. His presence brings in excess eyeballs, views, clicks, interests, really an intrigue, man, from the target demo that the WWE is aiming for. Travis Scott fans are the type of people that they kind of need to come on board as far as saying, hey, wrestling is cool again, and things of that nature. Well, Travis Scott is a great guy to be that messenger for that type of demographic of youth and young adults to bring some of these fans on board or respark some of these fans' interest, or you know what I'm saying, they see Travis Scott in the clip and they're like, oh wait, hold on, why? Hey man, he's on TV, what? He's on wrestling, man. Hey, let me click that video real quick. What's going on right there? Like, this is gonna bring more people in. Like, don't forget, man, this guy is quite the star. He's got star power. People know him. People listen to his music. Like I said, people particularly in that demographic that they're aiming for. Okay, so check this out. I mean, look, the dude got 60 million on Instagram, all right, 20 million on YouTube, okay, and 72 million monthly listeners on Spotify, which makes him 17th most listened to artist in the world on Spotify. So why would you not bring someone like that in, which is just going to give you more eyeballs, more reach, more impressions, more views and clicks, more people cutting up video footage and putting that into shorts, and people will say, oh shit, what, Travis Scott? Oh shit, yeah, John Cena. Oh yeah, you can't see me. Oh yeah, who, Cody Rhodes? Who's this guy? Okay, cool. Hey, The Rock. Like, this just brings in more attention, man. If you're going to go for this mega heel turn that they were trying to make happen, this is the way you create such a big moment and have it reverberate over and over and over and over again when people talk about it on videos like this, when people clip it up onto Instagram and social media platforms and leave comments under that, then leave likes under that. I think I was just on Travis Scott Instagram, and it had like 1.8 million likes, 10K plus comments just on his video. Not to mention everybody else reposting it. Same thing happened when I Show Speed was at the World Rumble. That helped those type of moments blow up, okay? And keep wrestling at the top of people's mental. So this is a very smart business move and would be very, like, why not? Like, if you have the opportunity to utilize something like that and it kind of makes sense to some degree, Travis Scott is already the guy doing the WrestleMania theme song. You got the Raw theme song. You already obviously have a business relationship with him. Okay, let's put him on screen with The Rock, beside The Rock. And we're going to kind of weave a little bit into that, how you can make a storyline a little bit with that. And we go from there, man. So, why not? You know what I'm saying? So it's a smart business move. If I was in their shoes, I would be doing it too. So maybe y'all are just in the wrestling bubble. You don't get it. But from a broader viewpoint, that's money, man. That's money. So why the hell would you not do that? You see me? All right, yo. Next one. Number 2. Okay. Listen, man, like, storyline wise and actually real life wise, it's a demonstration of The Rock's power and The Rock's influence, in the world that stretches out beyond just the wrestling sphere. Okay, so the fact that The Rock has that kind of connection, that kind of power to bringing a guy like Travis Scott. I mean, listen, man, he's trying to demonstrate to Cody Rhodes, like, hey, man, look, I got these connections out in Hollywood, out in the outer world that stretches beyond the wrestling world that you might dominate Cody, but I dominate this whole thing. Okay, so look at the type of connections that I have, and that's only Travis Scott, man. Like, keep in mind, like we talked earlier, like, what does Travis Scott have? Like 60 million on Instagram. Okay, so let's just use that as a gauge right now. What does The Rock have? Like, what, like half a billion? Was it like 400 something million on Instagram? So if Travis Scott is here and he's a big star with a whole lot of reach, and like we're talking about, for that young demographic that is perfect for the WWE. Okay, maybe now we are trying to evolve a little bit beyond the PG era. So maybe instead of targeting the younger kids, we're trying to target a bit more of the teenagers and the young adults. Like maybe how it was in the Attitude Era. Hence, wrestling is cool again. Hence, maybe we will see a second blow up of wrestling where wrestling comes majorly mainstream again. Anyways, I'm going off a little bit, but what I was saying, if The Rock can present all of this to Cody Rhodes, hey man, listen man, I got access to guys like Travis Scott. I'm The Rock. Okay, maybe Travis Scott's here. I'm The Rock. I still got access to all these other guys here, all these other opportunities here. Look what I could give you, Cody Rhodes. So it's pretty much a subtle way to give a physical example of what The Rock can offer to Cody Rhodes. So it makes sense that he would bring him down. You know what I'm saying? There we go. Okay, so let's go on to number 3 now. Okay, and I think, you know, if we look in this kind of whole storyline with the whole I want your soul, it's kind of strange, a little bit outlandish, a little bit weird almost, and I almost think that The Rock was just doing that on purpose, let's say in the final boss character, just to mess with Cody a little bit. Like, what do you mean, like, you want my soul? Like, it's kind of a strange thing to be offering to somebody, right? And I think The Rock knew that Cody was never going to take the offer in the first place, which was kind of the whole joke. Like, I mean, the guy wrote Cody's soul on a goddamn belt, okay, on a weightlifting belt, just like what Cody Rhodes wears most of the time, and which showed the date of death of Cody Rhodes' father. So, I mean, you're gonna bring that to a man and expect him to go along with you. I mean, I think The Rock already knows he's gonna say no, and that was kind of part of the whole ploy, you know, to mess with him and kind of just wield his power as the final boss. And this guy that you don't really know what's he gonna do. Is he a heel? Is he a face? What's he gonna do next? Is he gonna smile? Is he gonna be straight faced and stoic? You don't really know what's on his mind. Is he gonna be off the cuff and kind of just saying random stuff, or is he gonna be really calm, cool, and collected? You don't really know what you're gonna get with the final boss, and I think that is part of it. And speaking in these weird tones and I want your soul and these things that almost sound very much out of character for The Rock. You know, if we base it off of his previous iterations and his previous ways he would communicate, it's kind of out of the ordinary, right? But I think that was kind of the whole point and intention from The Rock, is to get in the head of Cody Rhodes and to mess with him and to throw him off. So by bringing Travis Scott side by side with him during that segment, I mean, also it kind of highlights these undertones, almost like a cult-like type of vibe that The Rock has kind of been going into. That's the territory he's kind of been going into. So I don't know if that's something that most people caught, but I mean, you're playing with Hollywood, right? When you're bringing in Travis Scott, someone from the outside of the wrestling world, okay, kind of in the Hollywood world or in the music world or in that world where they say the Illuminati operates. Even if you look at Travis Scott's, the way he presents himself, the way he dresses, his fashion sense, his aesthetic, his music aesthetic, audio aesthetic, how his music sounds, it has a dark tone to it, like an underworld tone to it, right? So I think that's a subtle way to communicate. You know what I'm saying? If you put that and add that to The Rock's promos, and now he's been asking for Cody's soul and Hollywood, Holly Weird. Maybe they're just playing with that a little bit as an undertone kind of thing and show you some rich layers that they're trying to display to you and the type of stuff that they're communicating on TV. I don't know if that's just to mess with you, just to throw you off, just to throw Cody off, if there's some realism in there. You know what I'm saying? If it's just that whole final boss and he's a master manipulator and he has his hands in everything and he can make anything happen just like this mysterious type of vibe. Well, I think that was a way to communicate it once again by having Travis Scott side by side with The Rock. And even if you peep what they were wearing, right? The all black, both of them really matching in the all black. Once again, it kind of communicates that kind of dark, I don't know, semi-satanic undertone. And, so perhaps that's something that they wanted to mess with a little bit to kind of communicate a level of fear that maybe we're unfamiliar with feeling in the context of wrestling. So, interesting touch. I feel like the whole thing could not just be by coincidence. There had to be some sort of connectivity there. Once again, Travis Scott, perfect selection if you're trying to subtly, very subtly push on that, because as far as in the hip hop world, he's a good guy, quote unquote, right? So is The Rock. In the outer world, he's a good guy. So it blurs the lines. Confusion. Don't know what to think of it. That's how they want you to feel. And it's very clever. All right. Number 4, I think Travis Scott's presence is like, it was unannounced. It's like, why is he there? What is he doing there? Once again, questions, confusion, which all kind of goes into how The Rock has been presenting this whole thing. It's just like, what does this mean? I don't get it. What do you mean? You want Cody's soul? Embrace me as a brother. I always wanted a brother. Please be my brother. Like, all that, right? So Travis Scott is kind of, once again, a physical communicative device of that confusion. Why is he there just chilling, holding his hands on the rope, just chilling? Like, what's his purpose? And there really never ended up being a definite purpose of his presence, but that kind of was the point, to kind of, to confuse you and to make you feel uneasy. Like, it almost feels like a mafia hit is about to go down, like something bad is about to happen, and you just know, you just feel unnerved and uneasy about his presence. And I think that's how they wanted you to feel. And if that's the case, they did a fabulous job of communicating that on screen. All right. All right, man. And number 5, we'll talk on one more thing here that I'll just throw into the pot. Don't know if this exactly goes right into this, but we'll throw this in the pot anyways, man. When Travis Scott hit that slap on the side of Cody Rhodes' face, and that seemed uncalled for. But once again, I guess it kind of plays into the whole thing. Like, why is he here? What is he doing here? He hits Cody. Like, why? Like, who would have expected that, right? That was uncalled for. That seemed kind of random, off the cuff. And I feel like that's the whole vibe that the final boss is trying to create. When he appears, you just have no idea of what's going to happen, because it's not confined to the regular rules of wrestling. So much so that Travis Scott can just hit Cody Rhodes right like that while he's on the ground, while he's already helpless, in a situation that is not even regular for wrestling. Maybe usually it's like a guy will hold him up and it's like, yeah, give him a hit, give him a swing at him. But this is like, the man's already on the ground. He's just going to thump him in the side of the head. So once again, I guess it does play into 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, it all kind of does work. So yeah, man. And like, now off of this, people are talking back and forth. Oh, why did he get physical with Cody Rhodes? He's not a trained performer. There's now reports that he's perhaps injured Cody Rhodes, that he messed up his eardrum and it could lead to an infection. And why did he do that? He's an asshole. He shouldn't even be in the ring. He's not trained. These guys should not be doing anything, but if they're going to be in a scene, just absolutely don't get physical with the talent in the ring. Now, maybe the WrestleMania match against John Cena is in jeopardy because of Travis Scott. Travis Scott's a jerk. Once again, more talk, more attention, more clicks, more views, more things to add to the story, more things to add mystique to the final boss character. We still don't know what's going on. There still hasn't been an explanation from any of the parties, and we're still talking about it. You know what I'm saying? Is Cody Rhodes gonna give um, Travis Scott a receipt? Right? You know, now we're gonna get people rallying after Cody Rhodes, rallying behind Cody Rhodes, which is what you want. You turn John Cena heel, you need people to rally behind Cody Rhodes. You got to get back on Travis Scott, right? Like, as the wrestling fans in the wrestling world, we can 100% hate on Travis Scott. Might be hard for us to 100% hate on John Cena. You know, he's in the wrestling world. That's our guy. You know what I'm saying? But Travis Scott, oh, we're gonna hate on him. So perfect. Add people that you absolutely don't like around John Cena. Now we can all cheer for Cody, and that's what we need in this WrestleMania match. We need that, man, for this big showdown at WrestleMania. We need a lot of attention. It needs to be a mega moment. You're gonna turn John Cena heel. You need to create a mega moment. Last year we had Cody finally finishing his story and defeating Roman. Could we match that in any way this year? Well, it's gonna turn John Cena heel is gonna do a lot, but you're gonna have to find a way to really give him some extra heat, and maybe there's one of those devices that they're using to achieve that outcome. Anyways, man, we're gonna see what happens. But yeah, there's so many questions. I think that's really what it is, and people have intrigue and interest and questions, and they don't know quite what to think of things. That's when you're golden. That's when you're doing the right thing. That's when you're winning. All right, you're fighting the boredom really of the fans. People are asking questions and they're making videos and they're reacting and they're leaving comments. You have interest. They're not bored. Well, that's what you want. So it's a win. Travis Scott, did he ruin the moment? Absolutely not. Because it's getting all this attention, and when you go into the details of it, there's some interesting ways that they're using his presence in that scene. All right. Anyways, man, my take on it, you know what I mean? I tried to grind my way through this, trying to find a different format for the video. So forgive me if it's not so clean and so smooth right now. But I'm trying, man. I'm trying. All right? Okay. Hey, boom, bam, bam. We in.